Hello, this is probably going to be unedited. It's about 7:47 p.m. on the 11th of February 2026. And I've just had a very long day. It started at 4 o'clock in the morning. Well, let's go ahead and get this done. Right, so connections: net, rink, moon, cake, gain, block, puck, return, pine, brick, coaster, bag, yearn, yield, swoon, derby or derby. Well, derby or derby I call it derby, is a race. It's also a hat. Any other hats out there? Mooncake, that's something. Coaster, that is a ride, but it's also something you put under glass. It's round, so a coaster is kind of round. A puck is kind of round. What else have we got that's round? Nothing. But then again, we've got a puck, a rink, and a net. They're like ice hockey stuff. What else do we have on ice hockey? Don't know. Right, let's go ahead and do WORDLE then. Right. As always, I always start off with audio, because that gets rid of most of my vowels. And then I do entry, which gets rid of my E and the Y, which are the two vowels, and also puts T and R in, which are kind of pretty obvious. Now, right. Now, what I could do, that looks like mean, doesn't it? There's mean something. Mean. I'll try means just to see if that works. Okay, there we go. That's that. So it got rid of the S and the M. So what else could it be? I don't know. All right. Trying to think. Trying to get rid of all the letters. I'm going to see bands. I know this is stupid. Because, okay, see if the A and the N go there. Gets rid of the D also but the S has already been used already. That's why I think it's stupid, because I'm using the S twice. Okay, there we go. So A is not in the first, second, or third, so it's in the fourth or the fifth. So it's probably going to be in the fourth. Okay. So something E, something A, something. And I've got an N there as well. It's probably going to end in an end. Now, I'm tired, so I'm going to make stupid mistakes. So let's go ahead and get the crossword done. Right, boatload of puzzles. You know, this is just a quick crossword puzzle. There's nothing mind-blowing about it. Janta's tool's a mop, isn't it? Yep. And then fitting, don't know. And then syrup tree, that'd be maple, right? And then west, northwest, opposite would be east, southeast. Joe, don't know. Lubricated, probably oiled. With ice cream, a la mode, right? Years of working restaurants. Great fear, don't know. Let's see what this is. Early car, Model T, right? And then telecast would be to air. Gratification, pleasure. Pleasure. Slender, lean. Shoulder lean. Water whirl, that'd be an eddy, right? Souvenir, memento. Oh, spelled it wrong. Is unable. No idea. Let's see what this one is. Acceptance of others. I don't know. Let's go ahead and do this one. Steak, meat. Reminds me of a Ren and Stimpy thing Nordic capital would be Oslo, where they adopted this guy in a sailor suit, huge. He was a prisoner, and Kowalski, I think his name was. Chime would be Peel, and Memento with an E, right? So tolerate is this one. Okay, R-A. Tolerate. Hang on, that's going to be a T, right? No. There's going to be a T that's going to be here. What am I missing? No, it's not. Tolerance. A-N-C-E. A-N-C-E. So anyway, it's something that's burned in my mind for the rest of my life. Fitting, I don't know. Cherished, adored, is it? Oh, no. Adored with an A, right? A-D-O-R-E-D. And so they adopted this massive guy that was a criminal and pedal. I know I'm repeating myself. Pedal. And Stimpy's being all kind of cherishing and motherly like. And Ren's getting really annoyed because they're having a picnic. And again, this guy's in this sailor suit and they're treating him like a baby. That was the kind of the gimmick with it. Have a cold, ill, presumably. Nope. So having a sandwich, what do you want in your sandwich? Meat. Okay, what kind of bread do you want on your meat sandwich? Meat. So you're telling me you want a meat sandwich with meat for bread? Yes. What do you want to drink? Meat. And so that's just been in my head. I mean, that's kind of my own interpretation of what I remember. Ale, that's that one, don't I? Pointed gun aimed. So anytime I see the word meat, that reminds me of that Mandarin. Reminds me of Mandarin, presumably. Of that scene in a Ren and Stimpy episode in the middle of... Okay, Doctors Group, that's AMA for American Medical Association. Mardi Gras, M-A-R-D-I. So I had a wonderful day today. I had a colder, don't know, in the middle of a mass, is it? No, a mid, there we go. So it all started off with, I had this weird, vivid dream, which is really great, and I woke up feeling really, really cool. And then I fed Colin. I've been worried about Colin. Nutmeg-like spice, so it would be, I don't know. Colder, icier, presumably. Icy with a C. Come on. I-C-I-E-R, there we go. Mace, there we go. Thick would be dense with a, is it a C or an S? I think it's an S. He's just hitting the C. So he's been eating wet food forever, and a while ago he wouldn't touch dry food, so I thought that was it. He just ate wet food, and it always worries me. And then also he doesn't drink water. I've even got like fountains without charge, that's free. He doesn't drink water, and I kind of get worried about him, but I did research, and cats originally from desert countries, rounded roof, that'd be dome. And so they don't, they just have, you would get the fluid from the wet food, but still I was worried about it. So today I'm feeding him, but I'm also getting a drink of water, and he jumps up and he starts kind of nuzzling into the glass lantern. So then what I did is I washed out his empty food tin, poured some water in it, and he started lapping it up. So I thought, yes. So then I said to myself, I can't just give him water in that. He's a, you know what I mean? So I said, okay, I'll go out to the charity store, because I love charity stores, because I think I must, every time I go to the charity store, I get exactly what I'm looking for, which is really cool. It's unable, can't. Anyway, so I went to Salvation Army and found a bowl. It's a Pyrex bowl, and it's flat-bottomed, which is really cool. So Pyrex is good, hot and cold water. It doesn't matter. You can throw it in the freezer, drop it on the floor, as long as it's not too far and it's not like a, you know, like a concrete floor. Heidi setting would be Alps. Then would be fine. And so that was good. And on the way out, I was chatting to the clerk lady. And I've forgotten what it came to, but I've got this YouTube channel as I'm recording for now. And she said, "Oh, you make money off it," or something. I said, No, I basically got 8 subscribers. And she said, "Oh, have you give me your channel name?" So I gave her that. So I may have 9 subscribers now. Yay. Also, I got some DVDs. I got the Matrix Revisited, Matrix the other one, the first 3. And then also I got a couple of other videos. And on DVDs. Now, my dad sent me a CD at Christmas, and I got no real way of playing it. Get ready to know. And then put on Don, presumably. And so, digging through my boxes, I found an external DVD player. And so, it took me so forever to get my computer. Windows 11 is a terrible operating system. Eros. There's Cupid, the Greek's Cupid. Paid out. Spent. There we go. And it took me forever to go through all the settings and the settings of everything to actually get this going. So I got it going, and I played my dad's CDs. It was really cool. Fantastic taste in music. Okay, divan, that would be settee, right? So now I've got a DVD player that I can plug into my laptop, and I've got OBS as an operating system. That'd be Empire. I'm not even reading what the clue is. What I'm thinking of doing is watching these DVDs, making a note of the time signature of when events happened that I want to take either clips or screen grabs from. Okay, pass through. Cool. Don't know. Steeped brew. That'd be tea, right? Talking about sugar, I'm going to make myself a cup. Well, I shouldn't do because it's like 7 o'clock at night. Entered uninvited. Intrude. Get ready. Prepare. So, So I'm thinking of, because again, I'm trying to advance it. With the YouTube thing, I don't want to become like, I mean, if I become YouTube famous, I want to, but I've had a YouTube channel forever, and I've never really, all that gimmicky and stuff and blah blah. It's not really what I want to do. It's just something to do. It's I've got my software. I've got Premiere, Photoshop, After Effects, and Audition, and I've got OBS and and Audacity. Okay, what's this? Pass through, penetrate, pen. Oh no, just penetrate. There we go. TRATE. And so as fate would have it, and I have these DVDs that in itself, talking to the lady at the Salvation Army, inspired me to do something. I'm thinking, well, I'm buying DVDs. Oh, hang on, you want to do? Yeah, why not? So the whole thing all clicked together. It's great. It's like a toppling dominoes meets a Rube Goldberg machine. It was amazing. All I was going out for was a bowl for my cat, and I ended up meeting a wonderful person who inadvertently inspired me to think cool, neat, presumably, to start doing movie reviews. Back to the Future. But it didn't stop there, because then I thought to myself, there's a Salvation Army in Roseville on Gratiot. Why not go there? Had lunch, ate. So I did. So I went there, and I've been looking for a stereo, like an amplifier, and I found one, and it was only like $30, $29, if I remember rightly. Went inside, entered, and so I thought, okay. But then it was a Technics as well, which is really good, and I plugged it in and everything worked before. In Shakespeare's ERE, right? Air. And so, Raggedy Doll, that'd be Anne. So, I found a really nice waistcoat. I think I said that already. And I found the stereo thing, but I had to look at it again. Fitting, that'd be apt. And so it says, all right, Joe, I don't know. Youth, that'd be a teen. Okay, who's this? Joe D. Messina. No idea. So, where's it? So got the waistcoat, got the amplifier. But then when I look at it more deeply, it was a surround sound amplifier, which is okay, well and good. But what I'm looking for is either a two-way amplifier or a stereo amplifier. I've got 4 speakers and I want it to play music. I don't want like all the surround soundy kind of stuff. I mean, appreciate it, but that's not really what I want. And also what I'm looking for, I've got 2 record players and I want to be able to, have the 2 record players, what I want is a 2 tape decks, a two record players, a DVD player, a VCR, no, CD player and a VCR, blah, blah. That's what I'm looking for. Nothing, and a radio, like a tuner. Nothing. Hello, Meow, what are you up to? You're getting a bit weird, Nancy, aren't you? Bouncing around. So he's just eating, so now comes the petting. Yep, back to here. Okay, what are we doing here? Okay, so what do we have? We have... Okay, let's do this then. We do something A, something A. Oh no, something A, and that's what I'm looking at. So, like sedan maybe, but the S and the D have gone already. Pecan. Try pecan. There we go. That looks like it might work. P-E-C-A. No, P-E is silly. P-E-C-A-N. I think that's it. No, it's not. Okay, I've only got one thing. Okay. Okay, for those who have never seen this game before, if you haven't got it already, it's pretty easy. You have you got a 5-letter word. If you get a letter in the wrong place, it's yellow. If you get the letter in the right place, it's green. If it stays grey, then it means that the letter isn't in the puzzle. So basically, I've got something E, something A-N. Okay. I don't know. Something E, something A. Well, it can't be a... why isn't it pecan? It looks like it should be, but it's not. So Weven. Leaven. Ellie, like leavened bread? I'm really going out on a limb here. No! Okay, it can't be 11 because 11's an E, isn't it? Okay, so I don't know. I'm going to go. Let's go to my chess game. Alright, so computer and level 3. Okay, good stuff. So I'll start off with this. Okay, and then if I do that, it's going to take, I'll do that. Just standard, whatever. No, if I do that, I can do that. Do that. I'm going to do a queen swap. I know it's stupid of me, but I'll do it anyway. Right. Where was I? Oh yeah, that's it. So I don't want the I didn't want the so I ended up putting the amplifier back down again. Okay, so what are we doing now? Let's go ahead and get rid of the... Okay, there we go. Aha. So I put that down. And then what happened... Okay, that goes there. That could take it now. Then what happened... And then take that. I don't care. I mean, I didn't see that coming. But it doesn't matter because I took a lot of everything. Okay, so now Got to get that covered. So what do? I'll pull my bishop out to here. And then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and castle. Puts him in check. Oh, now he's threatening my bishop. And if I go here, okay, I'm going to just do that to make it safe because I go here. I'm thinking if I go here, it's taken by the knight. If I go there, it's safe. If I go there, it's taken by the pawn. If I go there, it's taken by the bishop. And that's kind of stupid. So if I go there or there, I think there is kind of gives me a wiggle room. And then what I can do is if you go here, you threaten my castle. I should have gone here, shouldn't I? So I've got to get that covered. So if I do that, and then I do this. Ah. Okay, right now. Oh, no. I can move that back to... No, okay, no, because if I do that, it's thrown by the bishop. By the knight, rather. That's thrown by the knight as well. So the only thing I can do is there, then you move your pawn forward. No! No! Okay, well, I'll just take it with take this with the pawn. So, boomf. Okay, whatever. Weather! That's what they used to say, isn't it? They used to with the in thing. Do. Wow. So where was I? I don't rightly know. I'm going to move here because that brings out the chance to bring up your white bishop. Why you did that, I don't know, but I'm going to do this anyway. And then why did you do that? You just gave your castle away. Okay. Now you've gone and done... Okay, if you take the pawn... Okay, what else can we do? If you go there, you're putting me in check, but that's covered by the knight. If you do that, you take the pawn. So I'll just go ahead and threaten you. Okay, why did you do... Okay. Now, I could do... Do you know what I'm going to do? Oh, I can just do that, right? There we go. And then the pawn is going to get threatened. Now, what can I do? I can do something with this. Okay. Right, so I'm going to move the knight. Now, I'm going to move the knight here, which is covered by the bishop, so you have to move it. And then this is covered by the knight. So you have to move. Right now, I'm going to do a castle for castle trade just because now he's got no major pieces. There we go. So what was I talking about? I don't bloody remember. Right. Okay, so I want to get these pawns got rid of. Okay, so if I move here, no, I can't. No. If I move, okay. Right, I'll do that. Oh, you saw that coming, didn't you, lad? Okay. I'm going to move my castle over here. And then I'm going to put you in check. Which means you're going to move that way. Then I'm going to move the castle to here. Now you're putting that pawn there, which means I can do that. That's blocked, so it doesn't matter, and I can take that. Okay, so I'm going to leave my knight where it is, because what's going to happen if he moves forward one, I can take it with a knight. But then I'm going to go ahead and annoyingly put you into check. And then move this over here. Aha! Okay, bollocks. That's not fun. Okay, then what I'll do is I'll put this down to here. And then zoink it down to here. Then you take the pawn on your way. Okay, so how do I do this? I do that to there. Okay, that's covered by that. So I'll do that to there. Then what? Don't rightly know. Well, I could get a queen, but I don't want to. What I want to do is I want to see if I can get him in checkmate without without getting a queen. See if I can do that. Well, first of all, I'm going to take this pawn. Either that, or seeing as I've now got his castle blocked on that wall, get myself 3, if not 4 queens. I think I'm going to do that. Okay. Right, so he can still move. Yeah, there's got nothing stopping him from doing anything. Okay. So as I'm doing this, I'm probably going to get into stalemate, just so you know. So, okay, what happened? That was nothing. So I went from the Salvation Army in Roseville to Valley World, but there was nothing there. But I did have some pleasant conversations with a bunch of nice people. Right, are you ready? Okay, gotta be very, very careful how I do this. That's going to be a queen. Moves down 1. I move a queen down, so that's no longer blocked. I move this pawn up here that puts him in check. That gave me a shock. And then I move that down, so I can still move it. And then I put that to there, checkmate. Boom shakalaka. So yeah, I was on the way to. I was looking for a computer place because I've got a Acer gaming laptop. When Windows 11 came in, instead of sacrificing my perfectly good Windows 10 computer, I let's not forget the connection thing again. I decided to buy another one, and so I bought this gaming computer. I got a pretty good deal for it. It's an Acer Nitro 5. It's the one I'm using now, and it's very, very good at everything I need it to do, like editing it and doing this. My other computer was really cool, but it wasn't really geared for multitasking. It was an Intel, not an AMD. Yearn, I yield. No, do I yield for something? No, I yearn, I swoon, I pine, and what else do I do? I'm going to say, I think, is it yield? No. I rink for something, I moon for something, I cake for something, games I bag for something, I curse for something, I block for something. Something kind of, I moon for something, maybe? If that's wrong. 1 away, right? Oh no, dude, whoa. Don't know where that came from. Okay, so so rink, puck, net. What else? I know it's something to do with ice hockey. I'm gonna say block. It's like ice block, but I'm probably wrong. No, and it doesn't even say 4 away, so I'm not. That isn't it then. Roller coaster, roller net, roller derby, roller rink, roller gain, roller block, roller puck, roller brick, roller net, roller return, roller yield, roller cake, roller bag, roller gain, roller block, roller puck, roller brick, roller net, roller return, So roller something, roller derby, roller rink, roller skaters, no, roller puck, roller block, roller game, roller bag, roller yield, roller brick, roller net, roller return. One away. Yeah. Roller net, roller brick, roller puck. What am I missing? Roller block, roller gain, roller bag, roller cake, roller yield, roller bag, roller gain, roller block. I'm missing something. I know I am. Yes! What the hell is a roller bag? I don't know. Okay, so net, brick, return, puck, cake, yield. I'm going to shuffle it for a bit. Block. If you block something, you yield to something. Brick, net. Oh, I don't know. It can't stopping stuff. No. Okay, good stuff. Oh no. Okay, you return something. I know it's going to the puck. Okay, puck is ice hockey, but it's also Shakespeare. Cake, birthday cake, birthday yield, birthday net. What other cake is there? Cake return, cake gain, weight return, weight net, weight brick. Yield. You yield to something. Return. I'm not going to get this. And I've only got one to go. Okay, let's go back to Wordle again. Anyway, so on the way... Oh, yeah, I was going to go to a computer shop because I'm looking to see, before everything explodes and SD cards become unaffordable, I was thinking of getting larger SSD drives for my laptop. I've got two SSD drives. One's a terabyte and one's half a terabyte. And I was thinking, I think I can get up to about 4 terabytes on each. So I was thinking if I can do that. So I was looking for a computer store. So I kept my eye out for that, but then something grabbed me into there. It was a kebab shop. Now, when I was in New York, we used to have these things called gyros or heroes, which in itself was really funny because a hero, Gyro in England, is an unemployment benefit check. And so there's all these places saying like heroes or gyros, for $2.50. You say, what the hell's going on here? And so is it the advertising that they're cashing your social security check for $2.50? Is this a deal? What's going on? And every shop window almost, they're all over the place. And then I told somebody I met that lived there, and they laughed at me and they said no. And they took me and they actually bought me one, and it was delicious. It was a thin pita bread, and it was like so you open it up like a pocket, and then they had these tall columns of like lamb and other stuff on it. Of meat spinning around on the spit, and they'd actually shave it off as you want it. It was delicious, so lush and delicious. And then like diced cucumber, tomatoes and onions, I think it was, with a yogurt sauce. It was delicious. But now where I am in the Midwest, it's more you take a thicker bread. It's very, very doughy, almost like a pizza crust. And then the meat that they use is stuff that you get from a Coney Island. It's like I've seen what they do. It's frozen and it's between greaseproof paper, and you just like peel off a couple of things. It's very unappetizing. And then they just it's just not the same. But anyway, so I won this. But I met this wonderful girl. She was there, and we were chatting. Ends up she works. One thing she does, she works in a restaurant. And I used to work in restaurants, and we chatted, and she told me what it was. So, and I'm trying to kind of get motivated, and I'm a bit kind of like meh at the moment at home and blah, blah, blah. And so I'm trying to get out of the house. So, you have to pay us a visit. So I've got somewhere to go when I can afford it. And then after that, I went to Guitar Center. I met a really interesting there's this keyboard. I used to kind of dabble. I can't read music with them. We used to dabble a little bit on playing piano, and there's this keyboard. It's about $6,000, man. But it had everything. I couldn't find a drum machine on it, but when There's a guy that I played a bit and it sounded really good. And it was after I found these chords by accident and I played this stuff. It sounded really, really cool. I should have recorded it, but then I thought, oh, record it. So when I recorded it, I lost the chord, so it sounded like crap. But there's this guy and he said, oh, I've got one of these. And and I said, one thing, I said, like, I found a way of making it kind of undulate, get some kind of rhythm behind it, but I couldn't find a drum machine. And he kind of chuckled and he said, no, this one doesn't come with a drum machine. But it had everything. You could change the attack, decay, sustain, release. It had like 3, I forgot what they call now, machines, as it were, that you could like change all the things about. It was very, very nice. And so he plays jazz in this place, got a few miles away from here. So that's something else I'm going to do. So I've got a weekend, like a Saturday, I can go and listen to him play jazz. It's really cool. And then went to the guitar center. No, I was in the guitar center. Went to play some guitars, and these 2 old guys came in and one said, do you know anything about guitars? I said, a little bit. And he got this guitar. It was a Guild, and it was all miffed up. The body had a couple of cracks in it, but the worst thing was, he said, about the 8th fret, some of the strings like tinged off the frets, and he said it sounds like it's your truss rod. And then I held the guitar up. I don't know anything about guitars. It's just stuff I picked up. But the neck seemed flat. There didn't seem to be any bow to it, so it's probably not the truss rod. And then the action was pretty low, so I thought maybe they've ground down I forgot what they call it, not the bridge. It would be the whatever it is that holds the strings up. And then I noticed that below the bridge there's now I can't think of what they call it, and it's going to do my head in. There's a bulge in the body of the guitar. Now, this usually happens when there's a strut, like a brace underneath the body of the guitar. And so sometimes what happens is the glue comes from underneath it, and it's from being in like humid and then dry, humid then dry, humid then dry situations. It kind of eats through the glue. It loosens the glue, and so it ends up, the strings are pulling on the bridge, which it's not the nut. That's at the top end of it. What's it called then? I don't remember. And so that's maybe what it was. And so we're chatting and blah, blah, blah. Then, as one does in the guitar center. What are you doing? My cat's finding somewhere where he shouldn't be. What are you doing, Meow? You want to go in there now? You can't go in there. You get trapped and then you get stuck and then you start meowing. He started playing guitar and then his friend came and he started playing guitar as well. And we jammed, and I've never really had a jam like that before. It was really, really cool. And it's like, and I can't read music or anything like that. I just sometimes play notes and they go together like each other. And we ended up like playing a really, really good thingy, and we ended up sharing phone numbers and stuff. So that's something else I got. So it's really good. And then on the way home, there's this. I used to work restaurants. I like to go to restaurants, but I don't drink anymore because I've been there, done that, and bought the t-shirt and blah blah blah. But I do like to socialise. So I thought, so there's one place that does really good chicken wings, and so I went there. And service was really slow. It was shift change, so whatever. And there was these 2 people, this couple, and I don't like to interrupt people because they would just enjoy themselves and they said, "Oh, service is slow, isn't it?" And I went, "Yeah, I know." And I said, "It's probably shift change." I said, "Yeah, but," and we were chatting about the times we've been here before, and I went there before, and it was the owner's niece was bartending or something, cousin or something. And she was brilliant. She was a wonderful personal, hey, come on in, sit down, blah, blah, blah. Because little tricks, even if you're busy as a bartender, you have the worst thing you can do is ignore people, even if you're busy. All it takes is throwing a coaster in front of somebody and says, "I'll be with you shortly." And they've been taken care of. You can leave them alone for half an hour. As long as you acknowledge the presence, that's all it takes. And it's this little trick that I was taught, and that's all you have to do. If you're getting overwhelmed, oh my God, I've got like 5 people to take care of, and all all you do is go to people and say, yeah, I'll be with you shortly. You need another beer? Okay, I'll be with you in a second. And that's it. And then you can leave them alone forever. It's really cool. But they didn't do that. So anyway, and so I was chatting with them. They're two wonderful people, and they both have their own little businesses going on. And come into conversation about something that I've got an idea of doing, and again shared numbers, and they were saying like, yeah, we'll, because again, I'm not a business person or anything like that, and the thing that kind of scares me is, getting it wrong, not being able to get my accounts right, and then end up losing everything. But hey, no, we'll help you out. Don't worry about it. It's like, wow, thank you. And what a beautiful day. And then I came home. One bad thing is I'd let Colin out before I left. I'd forgot that I'd done that. So all day I thought he was at home, just laying on the couch. But when I came in, when I drove into my driveway, he ran down the steps. I thought, oh my God, and then he'd run to him, meow, 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 meow. I don't mean that kind of stuff. It's really cold at the moment. But then, got him upstairs, filled the little bowl full of water, and put it with his dry food and his wet food. Since I've been here, he's strolling over. I'll nibble some wet food and I'll have a bit of water. I'll have some dry food. It's really cool. So yeah. So what a wonderful day. Right now, apart from this bloody word. So, okay, I've got, oh God, it's both of them, isn't it? So, okay, it's not pecan. Okay, what is it then? Something, felon. That's not how you spell felon. Okay, oh, I'm not going to get this, am I? Okay, what else could it be? I'm going to do the QQ thing again. Okay, so QEQAN. Okay, what can that be then? It's not a P, so vegan. It must be. It must be. It must be. Do it. Yes, 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 yes. I am fantastic. And there we go. So that's done right now. And then it's just the connections. Now, the connections thing that's going to get me. Sometimes they're easy, but sometimes they'll do some things like, you know what I mean? If you remove the third letter of each word, then exchange it with a Greek synonym, it looks like something that you'd see in graffiti on the wall in ancient Tibet. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so net. Okay, white cake. Okay, what's cake? Cake's round, right? And a puck is round. Okay, but nothing else is round. Okay, so that's not that. Brick. I mean, a brick is a solid thing. A puck's a solid thing. A block's a solid thing. No. Gain. Gain. That's an amplifier. What, gain and yield? Why yield? I don't know. I mean, maybe something to do with, you block somebody. You yield to somebody. I think it's something to do with hockey. Oh, we got a net and puck. But I think yield and block. Things to do with hockey. Please! No! Okay, good stuff. Okay. Alright, go back to the puzzle. Okay, earnings. Gain, net, return, yield. Okay. Compact mass. You see, that's what I mean, compact mass. That's really a block, a brick, a cake, a puck. Anyway, so that's that. So, yeah, thanks for me rambling, and I hope you enjoyed it. If there's anything you want to know about or ideas of stuff, as I say, I'm going to start, I'm going to have a go at doing, what is it now? Video thingies. Now, I'm not going to edit this, because usually what I do is I'd open Premiere, and I know this is CS6, And then I go to new project, but I won't do that. Because there's something I still haven't finished yet. I haven't done this edited one yet. Okay, good stuff. So I'll just exit it. Yeah, rambling. Yep. So I'll start doing those video thingies. I also did another thing. Is I found an action camera, and I put it in my car, and I went for a drive and recorded my drive. And so I'm thinking of doing. There's these little storyettes that people have given me that are very, very useful advice, and I'm thinking of doing that. What was that thing on the? I think it was Saturday Night Live years ago, where it's like, thoughts from something, and there's this guy coming up with silly thoughts. I'm thinking of doing something like that, using my driving as the backdrop, and then doing some kind of ASMR little storiette, so hopefully can be helpful for people. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, that's that. Thank you so much if you watched it. Like and subscribe. No, whatever. No, have fun, enjoy yourself, and listen to the colour of your dreams and look at the sky more often, really. Okay, cheers. You have a good one. Look at the sky more often. Bye-bye. Okay, now what do? I hit stop recording.